You are welcome to today's edition of Update, and this update is dedicated to security matters. We thank our subscribers and those who reach back to us asking for more updates on security matters. And so from this week, every Tuesday afternoon, we'll have a program dedicated to updating you on the security situation in Nigeria. And if there is need, we'll also bring you updates on security issues around the world. And today, the headlines include the following. A notorious bandit leader called Tambaya has been nabbed in Kwara State. In Sokoto State, the police command has arrested a notorious bandit also called Buba Magaji. And in Abia State, the police state command has said that it has rescued 3 kidnapped victims and recovered 2 million naira. And in Taraba and Edo states, in a coordinated operation, the police have announced that 31 kidnapped victims were rescued in the 2 states. And there was, of course, a major victory for the counter-terrorism operations across Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe state, which led to the arrest of several suspected terrorists, including their logistics suppliers, and also a recovery of several explosives. And in a controversial statement, the Turkish embassy in Nigeria announced or warned of the existence of a terror group called Fethullah terrorist organization. Of course, the military promptly responded that this is not so. In Plateau State, 27 people were killed in a fresh attack by suspected Fulani bandits in Binda Jebu and Tahos community in Riom local government area of the state. The attack, which occurred on Monday, 14 July, left many people injured and many houses burned. Ali of Solomon, the national president of Birom Youth Movement Association, confirmed the incident, saying in an interview with newsmen in Jos, he said that gunmen suspected to be Fulani bandits stormed the community, shooting sporadically and setting several houses on fire. Meanwhile, the Plateau State Governor, Barrister Caleb Mutfwang, has expressed disappointment with security agencies in the state over the latest killings. According to the governor, who visited the community, intelligence were available that warned of the attack, and the fact that the attack was not stopped was a cause of concern. He called for the arrest of the perpetrators and declared that the era of unknown gunmen must end. Governor Motfang also urged security agencies to overhaul their approach to tackling security in the state.
I don't know who will tell me that what happened yesterday is farmers' herders clash. No. This is an act of terrorism. This is pure genocide. And I can assure you that we'll escalate this matter. The attacks that have happened, houses that have been burned, we will immediately go back and to the drawing board and see how we can assist those people who lost houses to be able to find their feet again. We will not abandon you.
And in Kwara State, the government has confirmed the arrest of a notorious bandit leader known as Tambaya during a gun battle with a joint security task force. The operation, which also led to the arrest of over 15 criminals and the elimination of several gang members, took place in Edo and Pategi local government areas of Kwara State. Authorities rescued 2 victims, covered 11 million naira suspected to be proceeds of crime. The crackdown was a coordinated effort between the state government, the Office of the National Security Advisor, local security forces, and vigilantes working to restore calm to the area. And in Sokoto State, the State Police Command has arrested a notorious bandit called Buba Magaji during an intelligence-led operation on July 13th. Magaji, a resident of one of the villages in Silami local government, is suspected to be a key member of the Lakroa bandit syndicate linked to multiple attacks across the local government as well as Wamako, Benji, and Yabo local government areas of Sokoto State. An AK-49 rifle and live ammunition were recovered during the operation, which was carried out by anti-kidnapping unit following a credible tip-off. In Abia State, the Abia Police Command has rescued 3 kidnapped victims and recovered 2 million naira in ransom during operation in Isochi, Omonechi local government area of the state. In a statement on Monday, July 14, Chinaka, the police spokesperson in Abia, said operatives also arrested some suspected people connected with the crime. Victims were abducted near a market. Police also arrested several suspects connected to the crime and recovered a red Lexus 350 Jeep, 3 telephones, leg shackles, and part of the ransom. The suspects are currently being interrogated. The police has also rescued 31 victims in 2 separate coordinated operations in Edo and Taraba states. The force spokesperson, Muyiwa Adejobi, disclosed this in a statement in Abuja. He said in Edo State, suspected kidnappers ambushed commuters along the Fuga-Agenibode Road in Isako East local government area on July 11, killing 2 people and abducting 14 others. According to him, a joint rescue operation involving the police and local security outfits was launched, leading to the rescue of the 14 victims, while the criminals fled with injuries from gunshots. In Taraba State, a bus carrying 17 passengers from Enugu to Yola was ambushed by gunmen along Okari Highway on Saturday, July 12. The police responded swiftly to a distress call, working with other security operatives, and rescued all the 17 passengers unhurt. And in the northeast, troops of Operation Harden K and its air component, in collaboration with the Civilian Joint Task Force and local hunters, have intensified counter-terrorism operations across Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe states. According to reports, the operations led to the arrest of several suspected terrorist logistics suppliers and recovery of explosives and other items. On July 10th, with the cooperation of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, stormed the Buba market and arrested 2 suspects, Sir Abdullahi and Abdullahi Mohammed, for allegedly collecting supplies that were sent to the terrorists from Kano State. The seized items included 3 military boots, 20 batteries, and slippers labeled with Isa's telephone number. Also on July 13, a 65-year-old man, Shaibu Bulama, was arrested in Damasak Motor Park in Yobe State for allegedly conveying rice, fuel, pesticide sprayers, and other items in his truck meant for bandits. On July 13, troops ambushed terrorists between Ngoshi and Agwalpawa in Gwaza local government area of Borno State, killing 1 insurgent while others fled. Also, 16 family members of some terrorists surrendered in Bama axis due to the intense ongoing military operations. On July 13, the military escorted over 3,000 displaced persons from Bama and efforts to stabilize the area. On July 14, troops raided Kuzma in Adamawa State and seized motorcycles, 105 jerrycans of fuel, and a tricycle used for some smuggling. And in a very controversial statement, the Turkish ambassador to Nigeria, Mehmet Poroy, warned Nigeria of the presence of members of a group that he said is a terrorist group in Nigeria, Fethullah terrorist group, according to him. He said this at a dinner organized by the Turkish government to mark Democracy's Day and Unity Day of Turkey. According to the ambassador, the organization maintains its activities in Nigeria, particularly in the fields of education and healthcare, and call on the Nigerian authorities to be vigilant and cautious.
9 years ago, on July 2016, our nation faced a bloody and treacherous military coup attempt. Thanks to the resolute and principled sense of our people, this attempt was thwarted. In order to prevent this coup attempt and uphold Turkish democracy, 251 of our citizens unfortunately lost their lives, and hundreds more wounded. The coup attempt was orchestrated by a terrorist organization called Fethullah's terrorist organization, Fethullah, which hides its real face under the guise of religious movement. For decades, the Fethullah terrorist group indoctrinated children in its so-called educational institutions, turning them into militants with the aim of infiltrating every level of the state, particularly within the judiciary and security sectors. Once the true intentions of this group, led by its ringleader residing in the United States, become clear, its terrorist cells were largely purged from our state's institutions in Turkey. Through international cooperation, we have successfully disrupted many terror networks operating in friendly and allied countries around the world. Numerous institutions, especially schools, that form part of terrorist international network have been taken over by Turkish institutions. The fact that new investigations and arrests into the organization continue to be launched demonstrates the need for this struggle to be pursued with unwavering determination.
The Nigerian military, however, denied the allegations made by the Turkish ambassador to Nigeria.
Nigeria is an independent sovereign nation that can think and act for itself. But we have countries that we have good relationship with. Diplomatic relations, military cooperations, those ones are our friends. But if any person from any part of the world, propagates certain stories that cast aspersion on the well-being of Nigeria, and Nigeria cannot just take it for what they are saying, because Nigeria knows what it is, and the Nigerian military have their own code of conduct. They have their operational guidelines, and they know the countries that we share military cooperation with. So we cannot take what other people are saying about Nigeria and take it for real and start coming to tell you that this is what is happening.
Well, it should be noted that the Turkish government has been involved in fight with several groups in Turkey, particularly this group that the ambassador is complaining about. The group is regarded across the world as political opponents to the current Turkish government. It does appear that the Turkish ambassador wants to import the Turkish political crisis into Nigeria. And analysts have warned that several of the factions that are fighting themselves in the Middle East may find some home in Nigeria. And it is good that the military came out to promptly deny, because Nigeria should not be used to settle political scores in Turkey. And in Bauchi State, one person was killed while 26 others were abducted in separate attacks in Gale and Dogonruwa, Gajin, Dugurin communities in Gwana district of Alkaleri local government area of the state, which appears to be in the eyes of the violent non-state actors of recent. Residents in the area said the latest incident occurred on Saturday night, where 6 people were kidnapped during a raid marked by sporadic gunshots. A similar attack took place on July 4th, where armed men abducted 20 residents in another nighttime operation. And finally, in Zamfara, one of the epicenter of bandits and kidnappers in Nigeria, bandits attacked communities on July 18, killing 9 people and abducting 15 other persons. There have been deployments of police and soldiers to the area. Of course, it is well known that several people in the communities have been displaced. And in reports that have been put together by several international bodies and groups interested in the security situation in the country, The first half of this year, 2025, saw the deaths of 2,200 people by bandits, insurgents. And this figure, they say, exceeds the entire 2024 total. It does appear that in spite of the successes being recorded by different security agencies, the attacks and killings by violent non-state actors are unrelenting. If you want to see more details, you can go to our website, www.amazingtimesng.com. Several stories on the killings and kidnappings are also published there. As well, you will see several comments and opinions by several people, including people that are well informed on the Nigerian security situation. Once again, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. So far, over 90% of people who are watching our videos have not subscribed. If you do subscribe to our channel, you will get notifications of new videos that have come out. As well, if you want to support the channel, you can join us. If you join us, there's some exclusive information and data that is available for people who join us as members. Once again, this is Update. My name is Rimamnde Shawulu.